This is what happens when a first timer does a live stream. Just so you know, don't get into this. Okay, but I'm just gonna drop that. Okay. Yeah. Technical issues, like I said, they might be a thing here. You're still not getting any music, but you can put out some own music there in the background if you want to. I got a music playing there, but for some reason it's not coming through. I don't know if it's the issue with the OBS or something else, but I promise that for the next live stream you will have some music. It would have been more pleasurable, but since we cannot get it working right now as it is. Yeah, Patrick, the title is Very First Live, which always causes some issues. Yeah, it did. It definitely did. I thought I had everything ready. Apparently didn't, so... but yeah. But thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. First of all, to the very first live. Like I said before you could hear me, I said I had some things that I wanted to talk about, and I already talked some of it through. But you know, let's talk it again. Actually, this starting this very first live stream was one of the things that I wanted to talk about because, as you guys know, I have been planning a little bit of these live streams here for a while now. I think I mentioned about 2 months ago or something like that at some point I will be going live with my channel. And I started thinking that, okay, what do I need to go live? What do I need to have to go live on this channel? And what do I need to do to go live on this channel? Of course, I need to do some heavy writing because these are live streams. I want to have a plot, outline, a script of some sort when we are going live. And I have done some writing. I have done some more writing. I've got tons of good episodes already written, but I haven't done any of them. I have not done one single live before this. And that is a problem. That is a problem when it comes to YouTube. That is a problem when it comes to Instagram. That is a problem when it comes to all creative work. You might be planning it for you know, months on end, weeks, and even a year to start doing something, to do the very first thing, to do the very first post on Instagram, to make the very first video, to make the very first live stream on YouTube. You can plan it as long as you want, but if you never get anything done, it's never out there. So that was kind of like the thing for this live stream. I mean, I don't have the YouTube pillow in the background. I don't have the on-air thing, you know, that I would have wanted to have on the wall. That now, since we're doing this live, we're on the air. That would have been so cool. I ordered it, but it didn't arrive. And I thought that, okay, I cannot make this live stream without that. I cannot do it. I cannot have a live stream without the on-air tag on the wall. Apparently I can. Apparently I can do a live stream without audio. Apparently I can do a live stream without music. Yeah. But that is one of the things. I want to encourage you guys with this example of me not having anything ready, not having anything scripted, outlined, or anything, just coming up, sitting down in front of the camera, having a beer here. This is I have 2 beers. I'm a big fan of Christmas beers, so I'm gonna test this one. This is a Finnish amber lager Christmas beer. I don't know how it tastes, but I'm gonna have a beer anyway. Sorry for the sound. Oh, there you go. Guinea pig sneeze. I'm gonna have a beer to celebrate the very first live, of course. But I want to encourage you guys to think starting things in a way that even though you're not ready, you should start. You just need to start, because if you never start, you just end up in the loop of planning things over and over and over again. You start to think that, okay, I need this lens. If I don't have that lens, I cannot take the photos. I cannot make the videos. I need this light. If you don't have a key light, you cannot make things. I need to have a key light before I can start making videos. I need to set up my YouTube space perfectly before I can start making videos. I want to encourage you guys out of that. Don't do that. That is a rabbit hole that once you fall into that rabbit hole, you will never climb yourself out of it. I can vouch for that. I can promise that you are going to stay in that rabbit hole forever and ever and ever and ever forever if you don't just start. Because once you start, you can always build on that. Once you get that first video out there, you can start building on that. Once you get that first Instagram post out there, you can start building on that. And once you get the first live stream done, then the next one is going to be better. Oh, yeah, the beer. Good. I don't like Christmas, but I love Christmas beers. Patrick, hey, Superherne. It's nice to catch you. Thanks for tuning in. If you don't know, Superherne is the guy that I sold my Canon EOS 80D to, which he later switched to Canon EOS R7, which I have right now, recording this. So, kudos. Great to have you here, bro. Patrick, that's how I feel regarding YouTube videos. So I do live streaming sometimes on Twitch, but videos on YouTube is harder for me as I feel I need to plan and I just keep on planning stupid little things. I have the same thing with these live streams. I have no problem. I've been making YouTube videos for over 2 years now. I have no problem making a YouTube video which I can edit to everywhere, to the Greaves end. I can edit it as long as I want. I can cut out all the stupid things that there are on the videos, all the ums, everything. I can edit those out and make it look perfect. Like, oh, sorry. But when it comes to live streaming, I'm here, without any edits, with nothing. You're just watching me while I'm here, and that is what makes this bit more difficult for me because I'm not used to this. I have done lots of live performances in my past. Oh, sorry, a burp. I used to be a lead vocalist in a rock band. I have done a lot of live performances before, but I have never done anything like this before, and that's why this is so exciting. And that's why this is it's a new challenge that I wanted to tackle. And I thought that if I don't do it today, if I don't do it like basically right now, because I've got the whole apartment for myself right now. My girlfriend is out having a nice weekend. She went to see a show. I believe it was BAM that she went to see. So I got the whole apartment for myself. I've got an hour to spare, half an hour, hour and a half to spare with you guys. So I thought that, okay, let's do it today. I just acquired this microphone and I decided that, okay, let's go. This is happening like this weekend, because if it's not happening this weekend, I'm just going to take another 2 weeks. I'm just going to take another 3 or 4 weeks to prepare this stuff, and I will never get it done. So I thought that, okay, yeah, let's just go and make the first live, because what's there to lose? I can only make such a big fool out of myself with no audio in the beginning, or with no music on the background. I would love to have that music. I had a good playlist going on, but if you can't hear it, I'm not gonna start fixing it right now. I'll deal it next time. But despite all the technical difficulties, despite everything that happened, here we are right now making a live because I wanted to. I wanted to make a live, and I decided that, okay, it's time to stop procrastinating, and it's time to stop. Actually, funny thing about the procrastinating, earlier today, I recorded a video, which is due to be released next Monday. It is the very first version of the Monday shares, which is gonna be on YouTube. I recorded that video earlier today. And I was like, okay, I need to start editing it because I need to get it out on Monday. But when it came to when I got into the situation that, okay, I dumped the footage, I dumped the card to the computer, and I was like, okay, now I need to start editing. I was like, I have like no motivation. I've got like zero inspiration to start DaVinci Resolve and start editing the video. I don't know why. And as some of you might know, I've got ADHD, and that is a superpower when it comes to procrastinating, and that is a superpower when you are going to start doing something if you want to avoid doing something else. So basically, the fact that I'm making a live video right now is because I wanted to procrastinate editing the video, which is coming out next Monday. And that in one way is bad because I still got to do the edits for the video that's coming out on Monday, the first Monday shares on YouTube. I still got to do the editing, but in one way it's good because I'm making a live video, the very first live video. I'm making that right now just because of that I didn't want to and wasn't inspired to edit the video that I recorded earlier today. I don't know. Is it a thumbs up or is it a thumbs down? Because I personally, I don't know. It's either way. It's both a good thing and it's a bad thing at the same time. I mean, I still got time tomorrow to edit that video. But yeah. But okay, let's check out the chat. Thanks so much. Oh, there's so many guys. You are what? Okay. Let's see now. Oh, Tony, hello. It's good to see you. I haven't heard from you for a long time. Hi, Tony. How are you doing? Mental Health Matters with Tony. Go check him out. He's a great guy. He's an amazing fella. I've done a few. For me, lives are maybe more easier than recording and editing video to YouTube. You are type of a character that I would think that, okay, your lives, you're more natural when it comes to lives. I remember you from like, when was it? Like 13 years ago, 14, 15 years ago, something like that. I remember you from there. Already back then, you were an awesome with performing and awesome with dealing with people in live situations. So I understand why live streams are more easier for you than recording and editing a video. But if you want some help, I can help you out. I can do the edits for you. We can collab. To everybody else, Miko, we used to work with Miko back in the day, like maybe 15 years ago. We were working in a bar, and he was basically my superior in a bar that we worked together. So that's how we know each other. And Miko is now here watching my live stream. Thanks for that. Okay. Tony, what's up, Timo? Great to see you live, brother. Like I said, great to see you, Tony. It's always a pleasure to hear that you are still here and kicking and going. Tony was one of the guys who was first picked up my YouTube shorts when I started making them, and I really appreciate Tony. I really appreciate you, Tony, for being here and being with us today. Getting the first one out there was a huge step, brother. You'll be a first veteran. No, I'm not veteran. You can say that. Okay, exploring Canada info. I'm considered going live and talking about places where folks can explore in Canada. Let's go. Hoping to hear that from. Oh yeah, let's go. Definitely, dude. Let's go. Considering going live and talking about places where folks can explore in Canada. You got a subscriber here, bro. If you're gonna make live stuff out of that, you got a subscriber here, bro. I love Canada. No surprise there. I've always wanted to go. The story with me and Canada is it's a long run. It goes all the way back when I was playing ice hockey as a kid. I was meant to go to a student exchange back when I was like 15 or something like that, but I couldn't go because I was underaged. I should have been 16 or 17, I believe, so that I could have gone for student exchange to Canada, and it has been bugging me ever since because I didn't go. Because I couldn't go because I was too young. And a few years later, there was no chance for me to go there because I switched schools and stuff like that. But it has been haunting me for the past like 20 years over, and it's still bugging me. But when I come to Canada for the very first time, if you're gonna do something like that, you know, you're gonna help people out finding stuff in Canada, what to explore. You got a subscriber right here. I will be tuning in for sure, because there are so many places in Canada that I would like to see. I would like to see, you know, Lake Winnipeg, Hudson Bay. Of course, I would like to see the entire Pacific Northwest and all of these, you know, everything. I would like to see that, but I don't even know fraction of what you guys have there. So subscribed if you're gonna start making them. I'm there listening. Rahul, hello bro, love from India. There's a lot of people tuning in to watch my R7 EOS R7 videos from India, so thanks for tuning in. That I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching my videos in there really much, and yeah, great to have you. Can we ask you questions? Patrick asked. Of course you can ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. If you got any questions, just shoot and I will be happy to answer, because this live was basically completely unplanned. I have no script. I've got nothing else. I just wanted to come out and say hi. I wanted to step out here and tell you that even though you're not ready to do something, you should do it. Even though it's not 100% complete, the plans and everything, you just need to do it. But if you got any questions, just shoot. I would appreciate that a lot, and I will answer as much as I can. I got plenty of time. Okay, exploring Canada info. Which lens are you using right now? I'm using the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 art, which is my go-to lens. I've got a video on this lens on my channel, so go check it out. It is most likely the perfect lens for the Canon EOS R7. I was talking a couple of days ago. I was talking with a representative of Sigma Finland a couple of days ago. I've got a little secret for you. I'm not gonna drop it right now. I might tell it to you guys later on this live stream, but I'm not gonna tell it to you right now. But a couple of days ago, I was talking with the representative of Sigma Finland, and I told him that the best lens possible for Canon EOS R7 is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 art. And that's a fact. I've tried and tested so many lenses for this camera before, and this is the best, hands down. Period. I don't have any better lenses for this camera than this. So if you like it, yeah, that's the Sigma magic. Let's go back over here to the comments. I try to keep up. You were like dropping comments like crazy. I was not expecting this. You guys are active. Thanks so much. Dude, this is actually filming something is a huge hurdle for me. This is Tony again. Huge hurdle for me, but I'm having lost my job recently, so I have a lot of free time. Got to start again. Yes, Tony, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your job, but since you now got time, start working on your YouTube. Start working on your videos. Start working on the things that you want to do. Do not get stuck into the loop of thinking about things that could have gone differently or could have been differently, because even if the things could have been differently, there's no guarantee that they could have been better. So if you got any motivation, if you got any inspiration, please do start making YouTube again and restart that channel and practice on things. Practice on talking. Practice on how to speak to the camera. Practice on your presentation. Practice on those things, and I promise that you will yield great results. All the kudos, all the thumbs up from me to you. You got a lot to tell. You got a lot of things to share about mental health to the people in this world. So please do that. It's going to be awesome. Let's see now. I don't know what happened. Did I lose something? I hope we didn't lose the image. My camera keeps on doing something. I think it's because of the poor quality of the HDMI cable or something like that. Been working real hard. Okay, super herne, but that is the one thing I love about live streams. No cuts. Don't get me wrong. I love videos with amazing editing, but in live there is no superheroes. Exactly. Just normal people that you can relate. That is true. That is actually true. When you are watching a live from a person who is not a pro at live broadcasting, that is absolutely true that there are no superheroes. I mean, of course there are people who have been doing that for like years and years and years. They're like superheroes. But when someone like me makes the very first live, I'm not. I may appear that okay, I'm making my very first YouTube video here, and even though I at this point think that I'm pretty good at making YouTube videos, this is like, yeah, I'm not a superhero here. Yeah, no, absolutely not, and I never thought that I am. Mikko says it would be great to do something together. Maybe we could make that. I love the way you act in front of the camera, and your English is perfect. Thank you, Mikko. We definitely got to do something together. You are, I believe you're still with the music scene and stuff like that. And I don't know, have you noticed, but I made that one video for the liver box, the live video a few months ago, I believe. I can't remember when it was, something, maybe 2 months ago. I don't know, have you seen it? But I really enjoyed making that. It was a fun project. Came to me like this out of the blue that, okay, I'm just going to go and record a live video for guys. I sent a message to Janne, the lead guitarist of the band, and he was like, yeah, sure, no worries. Just come on over and let's do something. And we ended up making a live music video. And I really loved doing that. It was a great project and it challenged me again. So since you're in music, since you got this kind of music thing going on, we got to do something together, because I mean, you live like right there. You're like maybe about 20 minutes away. So definitely we got to do something together. I can't keep up with the comments. Thank you. Thank you guys. You are being awesome. To me, it's easier to start because you see live streams that there's no people behind every channel. Exactly. About having normal people behind every channel. That is something that we forget a lot when we watch YouTube. We forget that a lot in social media in the first place. Especially one thing that I never recommend to you is to venture to the side of political Twitter. Don't do that. That is the worst. In there, people are like, they're like so rude. They're like basically assholes to each other just because somebody has a different kind of political views or views about life and stuff like that. It's the worst. But on YouTube, I always wanted to keep my channel and my videos in a way that they would be relatable. And that is one of my most important goals and most important values when it comes to creating anything, that I want to be relatable. I want to be a guy that is easy to approach, easy to, to stop at the street and say, hey, I got a question about cameras. Can you answer? And I'm like, most definitely every single time I'm like, yes, of course, shoot away. If I'm not in a hurry, I will always answer. And the same thing goes with YouTube videos, that it's kind of fun actually. After the summer, I have had a lot of traction, a lot of comments, and a lot more views on my YouTube channel, which is awesome. And I really love that, because I have been putting a lot of work into this. And it feels good to see that, you know, there's some traction there. Like people from India watching my videos is like, what? And it's so great. And when I get comments, when I get comments from you guys, I try to answer to them as fast as I can. And I'm not putting any pressure on that, you know, to myself to answer to those comments, but it feels good that you guys are there commenting on my videos. And if you are asking questions, I'm gonna just, you know, zoom by and I'm gonna answer to those questions, because I want you guys to think that, okay, I'm a relatable guy. I don't have the biggest budget to make these videos. I don't have the biggest and the newest cameras. I don't have the most expensive lenses. I'm shooting with budget lenses, budget gear, and I'm just trying to make everybody else's life a bit easier doing this. So that is one of the most important goals and one of the most important values of my channel. So I feel really, really happy to hear that, okay, that you think that, okay, there are no superheroes and I'm not a superhero. I'm just a normal guy making YouTube videos for you guys. And yeah, feels good. This is the way I talk. I start to ramble. I wasn't even meant to answer that question, but I did, and I rambled. Okay, Patrick. So I'm from Denmark. My wife's brother lives in Finland, and we're considering visiting him and his family next summer. I was hoping for any pointers of areas to see and visit for photos or video. Okay, Patrick, first of all, I gotta ask, where are you going? What is the main area that you're going to? Because the landscape and everything is it's so much different in southern Finland and in the middle of the Finland, and then when you gradually go up north, the landscape changes like drastically. So I need to know some details. Where are you going? Because I know best the areas around northern Finland, since I'm from Oulu and I spent a lot of time in northern Finland and in northern Norway. So if you can give me some pointers about where are you gonna go, then I can give you some advice on what you should see and where you should go for photos and video. Okay, I feel so good that you guys started chatting with each other here on the comments. Okay, I fell in love with that lens. My newest Instagram post is shot. So let me get this straight. Did you buy Sigma 18-35? Okay, if you did, that's like kudos on you. That is an amazing lens. This is just, it's kind of fun to think that a lens that was released 14 years ago is the best lens for a camera that was released like a year ago. It feels so crazy, but sometimes that's just how things go. I always thought that you need a 15,000 euro budget to do quality content and photos, but your videos prove me wrong. Thank you. That is a huge compliment. Let's see now. How much money did I spend overall to get into the situation that I'm in right now? I don't basically even want to think about it because it's a lot. But that's why I have made the mistakes. That's why I have blown my way through the path so that you don't have to. Because when it comes to buying lenses, when it comes to buying cameras, you can spend all the money in the world and never be happy. Or then you can listen to someone who already has done the most critical purchases and buy the ones that he's using instead of buying everything that he has tested out. Because I have tested out so many lenses for this camera that I don't even want to start counting. I have spent maybe roughly around 5,000 euros, 5,000 bucks on lenses until I found the magic trio that I have, the Holy Trinity that I now have. It has been a wild ride, but the situation that I've got now is a good one that I'm happy with. And that's why I made the video about the best lenses for the Canon EOS R7 on a budget. So if you don't have excessive amounts of money, like $9,000 on your bank account, and you don't want to spend that much money on lenses, oh, sorry, burp. If you don't want to spend that $9,000 on lenses, then go watch that video, because you can shave down the cost so much by buying secondhand and by looking through lenses that are a little bit unordinary. Because with the R7, I could go with, the 16-35, and I could go with the 24-70 and the 70-200. But those lenses alone are like $3,000 a piece. So that's $9,000. I have never had that much money in my bank account, like never. The R7, when I bought it, costed around $1,500. And the lenses that I have now are like, did I pay $450 for the Sigma 18-35, $300 for the 10-22, and maybe something like $500 for the 50-150 Sigma that I use as a tele. So it's not bad. It did not break the bank, but to get to that point, I tested out so many lenses and so many different options for my camera, and I was never happy. Right now, I'm very happy with the lenses that I have, and that's why I'm happy that I got to talk to the representative of Sigma Finland, because I'm not gonna say anything about that. Not at this point. Not yet. That is I traded 3 old lenses to Rajala to get that lens, and it was worth it. It was worth it. I can tell you already without even knowing which lenses you traded in. It was worth it. It's the best lens. Battling at the moment, Sony A7 Mark III versus A7C versus A7C2. I have a Canon XC10 video camera and then the Olympus E3S. Would like to have my first full frame finally. You love the R7. Did you ever think about going Sony way? Actually, this is something that I will be dealing with a little bit on a later video, but at the moment, I am using the Canon EOS R7. Yes. Is this camera a solid piece of equipment, solid piece of gear? Yes, it is. It is an amazing camera. It is an amazing hybrid camera on the APS-C sensor. Hybrid. But if I would have known about a year ago where I was to go with this career of mine, which way I would go more. Would I go more into photo or video? If I would have known that about a year ago when I bought the R7, would have I bought it? There's a pretty strong contender there, a pretty strong rivalry there. And I don't think I wouldn't have bought the R7 if I would have known how much video I was going to make. And when you ask that, did I ever think about going the Sony way? Yes, the Sony FX30 was and is at the moment on my radar. And for some reason, I don't know, have you checked out the 1K Polar Plunge? Andreas Sipus was there filming that video for me, and he was shooting with the FX30. And when I edit the footage that he shot with the FX30, it is just magnificently beautiful. I don't know what it is. Is it just, is it the lenses? Is it the camera itself that Andres is using, or is it just his skills? I don't know. What is it? But the footage looks so freaking good. It's just beautiful. It is just beautiful. And I cannot get over it that, even though I have the R7, which makes amazing quality video, it just looks good for a hybrid camera. It looks absolutely stunning. That when you take another APS-C sensor camera, which is the FX30, and you get even better. But then again, FX30 is not a camera meant for photography. I would not use FX30 to take photos. Absolutely not. For that, I would be using the R7. But maybe around Christmas, after Christmas, maybe something cool is gonna happen. I'm not gonna tell anything, to you guys at this point. But something cool might be happening after Christmas with the camera gear that I have. Let's keep that as a secret between us here. But it's gonna be the FX30. I'm switching to Sony for video. Maybe. just teasing. Okay, let's go back to the comments. As always, I ramble like so much when it comes to the questions. But yes, Mikko, that was the answer to the question. Did I ever consider going the Sony way? I did, and I still am. Would you sell the 50mm RF mount to get the Sigma 18-35? Yes, I would. Depending on the 50mm, of course. If it was the Nifty 50, the 50mm f1.8, you will only get like $100 out of it, so not worth it. But if it's a 50mm f1.2, f1.4, you might get some more money out of it. So most definitely, I would sell that. I never use the RF50 that I have currently. I never use it. Joe Mike, using Canon EOS R7. Kudos, good on you. How are your experiences with that? Are you using the R7? How do you like it? Let me know. Adrian G, my lens are EF, and with that I'm doing my job, Sigma 18-35 art, then Canon 100mm macro, perfect for portraits and macro, of course. But the next that I want is the Art 2470 Real Beast. Oh, the Sigma 2470 Art, that is a beast. Oh, that is a dream lens of every single photographer out there. That is dream lens. If you get it, let me know how it is so I can buy it out of you. Oh, geez, what did I do? I'm not good with this, scrolling these comments. I find your videos most helpful by realizing that you can spend 5,000 euros worth to wrong gear and get bad quality, or you can spend 2,500 euros to get the right gear and great quality. Experience is always the best. Expense is not always the best. Yes, most definitely. When you are thinking about buying lenses or camera gear, always listen to the ones who have been shooting with that gear, and always listen to the reviews which are not biased. There's this thing about, I used to watch a lot of reviews about Canon from Peter McKinnon, and he is sponsored by Canon. So even though he is telling the truth about Canon cameras, I don't think that they are completely, I don't think that they're 100% true, and that is a big thing when it comes to finding the right gear that you want to buy and finding the right gear that you want to spend your money on. So always listen to the people who have been shooting a lot with that camera you are about to buy, and ask them questions, especially on YouTube. You can go ask anybody a question on the comments, and most likely these days, even though it feels kind of intimidating to ask from a guy who's got a lot of subscribers, like 100k subscribers, it might feel intimidating or pointless to ask them questions on the comments, but most of them actually answer, and that is a good thing. I have this one creator that I follow. He's a bit of an editing wizard on DaVinci Resolve. He's called Joris Hermans. I don't know if you have heard of him, but He's got, I don't even know, maybe he's got something like 100K followers, subscribers at this point, and he is always on the comments, answering questions and making sure that when he teaches something about DaVinci Resolve, that if somebody has questions about that, he's always there commenting back and dropping comments and being the most nicest and the most helpful guy on the platform, even though it might feel that, okay, he's got 100K subscribers, he's not going to answer, but he always does. And that is awesome. Oh, sorry, poked on the mic. But that is awesome. And that's exactly the way that I want to be. Oh, wait. I really don't like this scrolling. There's a user interface error here. If you're using it to do wrong things, you just give it out. Did I just give it out? Yeah, Mikko. If you're thinking about buying a camera specifically for video, get the FX30. Just get it. I'm getting it, and then it's easier for us to match our footage when we go shoot. I traded the kit lens 18. Yeah, the RF 18 to 150. That's like what? That's basically useless. And Tamron, yeah, you did a good job trading in those lenses. Tamron 2870 f2.8. That's a good lens, but for what I know, it's a bit soft. I didn't like it. I tested it out a couple of years ago, I believe, year and a half ago. I didn't like that, so it was a good trade. My biggest question about the R7 was the cropped sensor. I was pouching between the R8 and R7. I have been shooting with APS-C sensor cameras for about 20 years. My first camera was the Nikon D50. After that came Nikon D80, Nikon D90, Nikon D7000, and Nikon D7200, I believe, something like that. And then I switched to Canon EOS R7. I have been shooting basically all the time with crop frame cameras, and I have never had a situation in which I would have needed a full frame camera. I have had a full frame camera, and I have one right now. It's in the shelf. It's an old one. It's the 5D Mark II, just for the cases in which I need a full frame camera. But those situations are pretty rare. So it depends so much on what you're shooting. If you're planning to shoot a lot of stuff low light, then of course full frame is better. But if you want the reach, if you want to shave down the cost, then there's nothing wrong with going with a crop frame sensor, because it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm so used in that okay, when I throw a 50mm lens on an APS-C sensor camera, I know exactly what to expect. I know exactly what I'm getting, and that is in which I excel. When I throw a 50mm lens on a full frame camera, I am a bit lost because I'm not used to that. But it's all about the preference. It's all about what are you going to use the camera for, that which one you should get. But to everybody who's asking that question, that should I get a crop frame camera or should I get a full frame camera, I always ask, what is your budget? And what is the thing that you're gonna shoot? What is the thing that you're gonna use the camera for? That's what I always ask. I gotta go place a light in the background because it looks so dark. Just a moment. Gotta love those little LED lights. Looks a little bit better right now. Here's to zip. I don't enjoy Christmas. I don't enjoy holiday time, but I do enjoy Christmas beers. Okay, now I'm gonna take some time to answer these questions. Mikko, 35mm or 50mm for all around street and portraits. For street, I would go with, on a crop frame camera, I would go with a 24mm actually, because I did some street photography earlier this year during the summer. There's a video in there. I was shooting with a 35mm lens on the R7. It was a bit tight. And at that moment, I kind of hoped that I would have had a 24mm. So for street photography and all around, I would take a 24mm with the R7, but for portraits, I would take the 50mm. Hence the 18-35, which is something that I can deal with that. When it comes to portraits, I just zoom into 35 and I can take a killer portrait with that, and I can use it on the street. So 35 or 50, I would go with the 18-35. It was not an option, I know, but that's the way I would go. Spending time, but now spending time in the wild, crop sensor is a plus. Yes, crop sensor is a plus when you are shooting wildlife. It is a huge difference. Exploring Canada info, the D50 was my first camera too. That's cute. I remember I was so excited when I got the D50. I was like, okay, this is a professional camera. I can't even remember how old I was. I was maybe 17 or something like that when I first got it. And I thought that, okay, now this is a pro camera. I got the 18-55mm kit lens on it. And I was like, okay, now we're going to do some serious photography business. Little did I know. But I ended up shooting with the D50 for years, and it was a good camera after, of course, I got introduced to fixed lenses and stuff like that. But D50, I believe I still have it somewhere in there, the very first camera. I never sold it. As a Canon fan and an employee, it is knives to my ears here thinking about Sony. Just kidding. I think Sony is a bit ahead when it comes to video. Actually, when we're thinking about, if I would buy a Canon camera that is strictly made for video, which is not a C200 or C500 or something like that, a huge camera. I don't think that Canon even has anything like that to offer at the moment in that price range. Because when you think about it, you got the R5C, which is more for video than the R5. And then you got the R3, but that is in a way different budget range than the R7 or the FX30. So in that way, Canon is trailing Sony at the moment when it comes to making videos and making cameras that are specifically made for videos, because the FX30 is like the crop frame brother of the FX3, which was used to shoot The Creator, a Hollywood movie. And when I look at the footage that is shot on the FX30, it's just absolutely stunningly beautiful. And I cannot get over it. And as a huge fan of Canon myself, I find it really hard to admit that, okay, Sony is doing absolutely ridiculously good job right now with the cameras when it comes to videos. So that is the only reason I'm thinking about switching it, and that is the only reason I am going to buy the FX30. Okay, now the cat's out of the bag. You heard it first on this channel, on this live. Yeah, so no news for you in the upcoming videos. But yeah, Canon is trailing when it comes to budget range cameras that can create quality video. Yeah, Canon is trailing Sony badly. That is the one thing I was wondering when I was searching the Sigma 18-35, that it is too wide, but I did not take into consideration the cropping factor. The cropped sensor is you have to say you have to take into consideration also that the Sigma 1835 is built for crop frame sensors. You cannot use it on full frame. Well, you can, but you can only use the focal lengths from like 24 to 35, because otherwise you will get that crazy vignette around it, because it is designed for crop frame cameras. That's why it is so good with the R7. Almost I crashed with a Hirvi. Don't crash with a Hirvi. That's the funniest way to put it. Don't crash with a Hirvi. The results are always in favor of Hirvi. the car ends up in the pound. Yeah, don't crash with a Hirvi. Okay, at this point, I do have to say that I have been answering your questions. I have been chatting with you guys. It feels good. You guys are making this. You guys are making this live stream, not me. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It feels good. Did I skip any questions here? I hope I did not. I hope I did not. I tried to answer every single one of you. But yeah, Mikko, if you are thinking about the FX30, please let me know. Please let me know. I might come with you to the shop to buy it. Just to see you buy it. Or actually, I might. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a message about one thing. It's a secret, which is something that I'm not gonna spill on this live. But I gotta give you a call about that camera. I may have a deal for you. Okay. That is awesome. Always compare full frame. You always, that is one of the things. Oh, Antti, is that you? Unless you crash with a sub. You do that and here we loses. That is a fact. That is a fact. If you crash Hirvi with a Saab, Hirvi loses. Saab wins. And everybody's safe. Everybody walks away. Except for Hirvi, of course. It's so great to see you, bro. It's been a while. We should go out and get a beer at some point. Thanks for tuning in. Feels good. To those who don't know who Antti Mies is, Antti is... we've been friends for a good while. I don't know how long. He was the bass player in the band in which I did the vocals. So we go way back. It's good to have you here, bro. It's good to have you. Superherne, I always compare to full frame focal lengths. I never do. That is something that I find kind of fun, because I hear that from a lot of people that, you know, when you take a 50mm lens, if you're shooting with a crop frame, you always have to use the 1.6 factor, 1.6x. You always have to use that. 50mm is not a 50mm. It's more close to an 85. No, it's not. It's still a 50mm, but the sensor is cropped. So that is the way how I think it. That is the way how I see that thing. It's not anything else but a 50mm, but it gives you different results on the full frame and different results on the crop frame. I am so used into what I see when I shoot with a 50mm on a crop frame that I don't even think it. And whenever I throw that on a full frame, I'm like, whoa, this is wide. I remember we were in Berlin, I think it was 2009 or 2010. We were there with Leo, with a good friend of mine, Leo Männistö. Go check out his channel. I will link it somewhere. Can I link something in here? I don't know. Yeah, if I can, go check Leo out. We were in Berlin, like it was maybe 2009 or 2010. I was still shooting with Nikon. I had the Nikkor 24mm, I believe. Nikkor 24 f2.8 was the lens, I believe. I had that, and I was shooting with the Nikon D80 at that point, if I recall correctly. And of course, the 24mm was it was equivalent to a 35 millimeter. But Leo was at the time shooting with a film camera from Nikon. I can't remember which model was it, but it was a film camera from Nikon. And when he put that 24 millimeter on his camera, I was like, whoa, this looks so sick. It was amazing to see how much more wider a 24 millimeter lens can be on a film camera, a 35 millimeter film camera, or on a full frame than what it is on a crop sensor. And that was the first time when I was like, okay, wow. And that was the first time I thought that, okay, I need to get something wider for my street photography use. Because at that point I had been using mostly the 50 millimeter, and basically the entire trip that I did in Berlin that year I did with a 50 millimeter on a crop frame camera. So it's pretty tight, and this reminds me of another story. Back in 2010, I went backpacking into Southeast Asia, and I believe it was the Nikon D80 or Nikon D90, either one of those. And I only had two lenses with me. I had the 35mm f2 and the 50mm f1.8 to use on that trip. And even today, I've got two things that bother me about those photos. First of all, I was shooting JPEGs. Never do that. I should have shot RAW, because if I would have the RAWs from that trip, from back in the day, almost 15 years ago, if I would have the RAWs and I would have the skills and the editing software that I have now, that I use today, I could make so beautiful photos. But JPEGs only get you that far, and everything was shot in JPEG. Stupid mistake. And of course, I would have taken, if I could choose now differently, I would have ditched maybe the 35 millimeter fixed lens and take an 18-35 or something like that. Maybe even if I would have even if I would have to choose a fixed lens, I would take a 24 millimeter or something like that to get a little bit more wider shots, because I was traveling in Southeast Asia for 2 months. I was shooting with a 35 millimeter and a 50 millimeter. Stupid mistakes of life, but yeah, the trip was fun though. It was a great trip. This is how I go, when I start to explain something. It is something that yeah. What else? No questions at the moment. I believe that people are going away from the stream because I'm just rambling without music, without anything. Okay. We've been live for an hour now. Wow. And almost 50 minutes with sound. One of the things that I do not like about when we're going to the end of the year is that I get sick. I've been sick for about, basically a month now. I've been, on and off sick, never been really healed fully. And last week I lost my voice completely. I was able to talk for like 3 minutes, and then it was like the voice just kept going down. And in the end, I lost my voice completely, and that happened last week, which is why I made the ASMR video. Silently assembling my Canon EOS R7 cinema rig. Thanks for all the comments, supportive comments. Get better soon. We would like to hear you speaking again. Yeah, it was a fun one to make. I don't have that much gear to make a beautiful and perfect ASMR video, but I gave it my best shot. It turned out nice, and thanks to everybody for watching it, because that was the first time I did something like that, and I enjoy it, and I really enjoyed it. It was a fun one to make, because usually I ramble like all the time on these videos. But yeah, when we're going to the end of the year, I hate being sick all the time. This sucks so bad that you're all the time just a little bit under the weather. You never gain your full strength and you don't have the motivation to do things in the way that you normally would have. This just sucks, and it happens to me basically every single year. So here's to summer, to summer. I enjoy summer. The best time of the year is from beginning of May until midsummer. Yeah, that is my favorite time of the year. Nobody asked, but I told you. Okay. Is this live going to be a regular thing? I hope so. If you enjoy this once a month, maybe. I was thinking I was talking with Steve Cardy. If you don't know who Steve Cardy is, go check him out. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him here on YouTube. Steve is an amazing photographer. He's been doing photography for over 20 years as a pro. Was it over 30? Steve, was it over 30 or 20 years as a pro? Well, he's an older fella than me, and he is doing live streams. I think it's like twice a week or something like that. And basically, Steve is the one who kind of gave me the push that you should be doing more live streams. You should be, first of all, doing live streams, and you should be doing way more of these live streams. And we got to talk with Steve, and Steve was like, yeah, you should just, go for it. Because that helped him grow so much as a photographer. Steve is currently doing a lot of live things. He's doing, Photo Pro reacts to your photography. He's got a Discord server. He's got a huge community behind him, and that's why he's so amazing with his lives. And he kind of inspired me and gave me the push to start these live things. And I was thinking at one point that maybe this live thing could be a regular thing, once a week or something like that. But we gotta see. I still have some things that I need to figure out with the use of my time, with my schedule. When it comes to life, I need to figure out a few things. As some of you might know, I'm a student at the moment. I'm studying media and arts. Then I also got a part-time job, which I'm not gonna tell you anything about at this point, because it's a secret. You will know that on this channel at some point, not right now. But there are things, because I want to make content consistently. I never want to find myself in a situation that, it's been 3 weeks since I posted my last video. And I don't want to substitute my edited videos with these, because these are a bit of a different thing to me. These are more of like, this kind of a meet and greet kind of a thing that, I'm super happy that you guys are there. I'm super happy that you're watching. I'm super happy that you are chatting, with me during this. I'm super happy, but I don't want these live streams to be a substitute to the videos that I make on YouTube, because I want to create videos that you can go back to and watch them without having to scroll through an hour and a half of live stream to find the information that you're looking for. That's why I don't want to, substitute my normal content with these. But these are a good addition. I really love making these. I just noticed that since you guys are amazingly supportive, being there, chatting with me, this is amazing. Yeah, you guys rock. Thank you. Like once a month, maybe. Okay. I answered that. There seems to be a huge amount of different peppers circulating in Oulu right now. Most of the people I know seem to be at least a little bit sick right now. There are a huge amount of peppers going around Oulu right now. A huge amount of peppers. Corona as one of the things. Don't even wanna. It's like Voldemort. I don't even wanna mention him by the name. Hey Teemu. Heyo. Great to have you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Actually, Mikko, do you know Teemu? If you don't know who Teemu is, you should definitely go check out Teemu Rämö. He's a guitarist. He's an amazing guitarist. Go check him out. You can just open up his channel on a new on a new window or something like that. I don't know, a new tab or something. I don't know what you're using, but go check out Teemu. He's a guitarist. You might actually, if you don't know each other already, you might have something to talk about. Once a month is a good start. The way. That way you don't run out of ideas too soon. I'm in a good place with my life at this moment that I don't run out of ideas. Just a moment, I will show you one thing. If I find it. Oh, it was right there. Check this out. Okay, this right here is my precious notebook. It's these right here. Can you hear that sound? That's a little ASMR for you. These are all video ideas that I wrote down when I didn't have access to internet, or I ran out of battery on my phone or something like that, because most of the time I'm using the Notion app to write down my ideas. But yeah, at the moment that is full of ideas. But okay, yeah. Mikko, okay, go check out Teemu. That is a good thing. It's about 8 o'clock in here. We've been on air for about an hour and 15 minutes. I think it's time that we call quits because I'm running out of battery on the camera. Thank you so much, guys. I think this is a good time to stop the first live. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the chatting, all the comments, everything that you did. You made this live stream happen. I didn't do anything. You were here. Thank you so much. This is going to be a regular thing for sure. Maybe once a month, maybe once between every 2 weeks. But it's going to be a regular thing. I want to thank you, every single one of you. Thanks so much for watching. Should we end this in the normal way, like we always do? All right, that's all I have for you guys for the day, for this video. Thanks so much for watching. And if you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace. Haha, that felt good. That really did.